Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more discussion on certifications, okay, versus degrees. Now, what I have done is I just did a network engineer degree, okay? All right, and I came across a university called Western Governors University, okay, and I've seen them before, okay. I've never utilized their courses, stuff like that. But here's the thing: design, build, and secure infrastructures with an online networking degree. Okay, now let's let's articulate this statement. Design, okay, meaning that we're going to be learning design aspects. Build, meaning that we should be learning configurations and how to configure certain routers and switches and firewalls as well, since we're doing secure infrastructures. Okay, because the reason why, and I have not struggled, okay, I have articulated my thought process on what I wanted to add as a secondary expert level. Okay. Now, how do I define myself in my career field? So, I'm an expert in routing and switching, and my second expertise, okay, is, which is not at expert level yet, security. Okay. Now, for years, I was trying to figure out what combination, okay, I wanted to have. All right. I told myself I would never go after another CCIE, but you know what's funny? This actually, I'm 50. I'm actually, I'm sorry. I just, my birthday was 9 days ago. So I am literally 51 years old, okay, going for my second CCIE. All right. But I had no intentions of doing this when I got my first one. I told myself that was it. I'm done. Okay. But, okay, that's not the case now. All right. Things change and there's a reason why we do the things that we do. Okay. However, what's always bugged me is not being the expert in the security aspect. Okay. All right. I want to be an expert in security. Okay. All right. And, I want to be able to uh, be an expert in firewalls and security methods and 802.1x and things of that nature. Okay, not that 802.1x is one of the reasons why I'm doing it. It's just a concept that these technologies, okay, can have a sense of foreign aspects of my abilities, meaning that it's not something I can just go out and deploy or have experience with. Okay, now 802.1x, I do have experience with, but not at the level of designing from scratch and so on and so on and so on. Okay, all right, and there is a missing gap of my knowledge when it comes to that. Okay, so this concerns me. Okay, all right, my decision to go for a second CCIE, okay, is a no-brainer. Okay, I'm not gonna act like I was sitting down and contemplating and struggling with the decision. I mean, it was literally a no-brainer. Okay, but you gotta understand something. This is not something that was a sense of thought process, articulating, weighing out the options, or any of that. Okay, it just when I decided this was gonna happen, God, it was just a 2 second decision. Okay, I made that decision this year. Okay, technically, last year, the end of last year, but still, okay. And there are certain things that, and we gotta understand. Okay, I decided to do this 8 months ago. Okay, around 8 months ago. All right, and 8 months later, I still have not started that path yet. Okay, but we're getting there. Okay, because I'm going to be buying my first course. Okay, from Cisco Network Academy next week. Okay, matter of fact, in a few days. Okay, so well, I mean a few days from Monday. Okay, but nonetheless, the time frame is not really that important. Okay, there was no procrastination. Okay, all right. I know it takes about 2 years to do this. Okay, all right. On average, I know that it's going to take about 3 attempts, which is what my first CCIE was. 3 attempts. Okay, I understand that. Okay, and I have a concept of after looking at the blueprint, what I'm going to have to build, and this is not going to be an easy task. Okay, and I think I'm going to make videos on this path. Okay, and there are going to be several things that I do differently because we have to understand I didn't know anything really about. Now I have skill in routing and switching, LAN, WAN, data center, okay, and firewalls. Now and F5s actually, because for 2 years I managed F5 platform at my last job. So now here's the thing, okay. Um, Matter of fact, I need to update my resume with F5. It's not something that I am nowhere near the level of saying I'm a F5 engineer, but you never know. I mean, sometimes just putting it on your resume, it kind of draws the attention. But nonetheless, here's the thing, okay? 8 months has passed, and there is no sense of, oh my God, procrastinating, blah, blah, blah. None of this had anything to do with anything. Okay? It has been 8 months later. Okay? And I'm still on track. Okay? Because here's the thing of life. Okay? If you really want to do something, time is irrelevant. Okay? And time becomes relevant when you're on that mission. But when the mission starts, it's your way of life. Okay? All right? Time is what it takes. Okay? If I'm going on a 2-year journey, I know I got 2 years before I get to a certain level. Okay? Now, routing and switching, I took 6 years because you got to understand, I wasn't just trying to pass an exam. That exam for my CCIE was irrelevant. Okay, what was important was mastering the skill sets of that equipment. Okay, learning a new career. Okay, having a foot inside the industry where I'm playing with the big boys without struggling. Okay, all right. Of course, it took 6 years. Okay, all right, but that was 6 years of my time that I dedicated to my craft. Okay, all right, my craft. That's who I wanted to be. All right, there's no way in hell I'm going to be taking 6 years of security. Okay, because there is experience there. All right, as I was a consultant for not the last last job, but a couple of jobs before then. Okay, that's all I did was ASA stuff. Okay, and matter of fact, in my last job, okay, there was a hot topic on fixing a particular situation, and it's funny because um, um, they couldn't figure out how to do it, and I knew nothing about it. Okay, and you gotta understand, man, it's just every team is different. Okay, every expectations from a manager is different. Okay, you can be in the great good graces of your team, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, with no explanation, everyone's looking at you like you're a burden, and you're just like, what the hell's going on? Nobody's talking to you. No one's communicating with you. Okay, everybody's overworked. Nobody is helping you out. Okay, and it's just it is what it is. Okay, all right. You got two choices. All right. One, you can bitch about it and complain, which it's I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10 in life that doesn't help. Okay, or you can see the writing on the wall, because you know what, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, and I know we're kind of off topic here, but we're gonna get back on track. Life is funny because there is a concept of knowledge and wisdom. Okay, and with wisdom, it's the concept of being self-aware of your surroundings. Okay, and you can see things happening before they happen. Okay, all right, and that gives you the ability to prepare by making choices before those choices are made for you. Okay, and that's your second choice. Okay, all right. If you are seeing the writing on the wall, okay, and you're just like, what the hell? Okay, all right, and you gotta look at it from perspective. You're looking at it from your perspective, like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, the hours I've been putting in on this project, all right, and that's how they see me. You know what? You know what? That's just ridiculous. Okay, so. All right. Now, these are the things we talk about. We don't say these things out loud. Okay, but at the same time, okay, it's obviously unjustified from your perspective. Okay, and you're just like, dude, this doesn't make any sense. All right. For 2 years, okay, I've been on the A list, and then all of a sudden, okay, I'm this big problem, and no one has said anything to me about it. It's just all of a sudden you guys are having discussions about me, okay, in meetings that I'm not allowed to join for what reason? Even though and this is after the fact that I told you your timeline was undoable. So it's not like I dropped the ball. Okay, now guys, this is just a hypothetical scenario. Okay, it's not like I dropped the ball. Okay, it's the fact that still I am working on a project that you have been heavily told it's not going to happen in that time frame. Now we hit this time frame, and now you're questioning my integrity of the project. Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter what. It would not matter what had happened. Okay, I could have deployed this on time. You would have still found something else to actually come to this conclusion. All right, and that is what life is. Okay, you could do everything right, but it doesn't matter. Someone's agenda is on their priority list to paint this picture of you, and that's just the way it's going to be regardless what you do. Okay, so like I said, you can bitch about it, which doesn't work. And if anything, it's really a waste of time. Or you can realize that it doesn't matter. Okay, the writing's on the wall. This is just an inevitable situation that's going to happen, and now it's time for me to update my resume and get ahead of it. Okay, so those things happen. So, with that being said, what we have here is WGU. Okay, now I want you to take a look at this. This is nothing more than a search and me clicking on a link, and I'm stuck on this page. Now look at the online URL. Okay, first of all, I'm at wgu.edu. Okay, online IT degrees. I love the fact that it says IT degrees. Network engineering. This is my path that I'm going to take. Okay, network engineering. Okay, I want to be a network engineer. So, okay, why not take a college course to get me there? Okay, all right. I could choose to pass the certifications. Okay, but I want a degree. All right. So, because I want a degree, I found something that puts me on the path of my direction, making the point that stating that a college degree is not something you take to get a job. That's not the case. Okay? All right? Now, again, if you are confused on what what type of job you want to do, then a college degree will give you choices as you learning new topics and subjects that you never heard of, or the variety of general studies and majors and sub majors. Okay, all right, that might give you some type of direction. You might be confused the entire time until you get your degree, and still be confused after your degree what you want to do for a career. That's okay. At least in the last 4 years, you accomplished something. Okay? Because every day you go to class, you are better off than the day before. You accomplished something. Okay? There is no devaluing knowledge. All right? And I just want to put that there because having certifications doesn't mean it's better than doing a degree. It does not mean a degree is pointless. Okay? All right? It all depends on your infrastructure building of your character, of who you want to be. Okay? They have value as long as you make it valuable. You are in control. And that is the awesome thing. With a degree, man, nobody can take this knowledge from you. Certifications, even when they expire, you can't take the knowledge from you. Okay? All right? So there is no debate on what's better, certifications or degrees. Okay? They have their purpose, they have their validity, and that validity is based on how you want to use it and how you execute the knowledge that is given to you. Now, you sit in class for a couple hours that day or an hour that, go into night class. All right, you go to work, you come home, you do your hour of studying. Okay, now, are you done? That's up to you. Okay? Or after you've done your course and your tasks for school that night, an hour later, you actually bring out your pen and your pad and you start doing labs, physical labs, turning on equipment, okay, and going that extra mile. Okay, maybe now you're spending 2 or 3 hours, okay, on your spare time, because remember, work is work. That is you trading hours for a dollar bill, okay, which is inefficient, but we all do it, okay, in a sense, okay, all right, I mean, hell, I do it, okay. All right, I don't like the pay, so I restructure my life to get the pay that I want. Okay, all right. So trading hours for a paycheck, I mean for a dollar bill, is not the same as working for $5 an hour at McDonald's. Okay, not the same. Okay, all right. I was in control of that. So are you. Okay, do not let the world tell you what is right and wrong. Okay? It's not about right and wrong. It's about actions and consequences. And those consequences are there. And not to mention the fact, you got to understand something. All right? I was born in 1974. All right? I got to see the technology advancements up to today. Okay? Growing up in the 80s, and 90s and 2000s and now 2020s, my life is astronomical. Okay, all right. There were cars that I could never even ever dream of driving that are affordable for me today, and I could have tomorrow. Okay, that's the great power of advancement, of evolution, of the mind, because things that were in the 80s never existed that we have in 2020s, okay, even in the 2000s, that gives people options that the concept of being that majority of being poor from a concept of not having options, not from financial aspects, okay, has gone out the window. Hell, if I wanted a Ferrari, I can afford one. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be a older model. It might need work. Okay? But I have an option to have this. Okay? All right. When in the 80s, those cars were $300K, and that was it. Okay, and I'm not saying that because I don't know. All right, I have no desire to have a Ferrari. All right, now, so as we look at this description, this is everything you want to become a network engineer, isn't it? From my perspective, yes. Then we go down farther and we say system security and network engineering professionals are in high demand. Okay, this is true. Okay, all right. With WGU's online bachelor's degree in network engineering security, you'll gain the knowledge, skill, and hands-on experience and certifications you need to take advantage of the demand and begin a successful career in the field. Now, not only now here all right, look, flag on the field here. Okay, listen to me. Not only am I getting a degree, you're giving me certifications too? Come on, guys. Okay? This value just increased astronomically. You're working on two things. Okay? A actual degree that you will have for life and certifications. Okay? Now, choose your focus area. Okay, the Bachelor in Network Engineer and Security is the industry only trusted, blah, 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 who cares. The program offers 2 tracks. Oh, okay. To allow you to pursue your career goals, either specializing in Cisco technologies and earn Cisco certifications, or by generalizing and earning additional TIA certifications. Now, okay, here's the bottom line. Okay, all right, I'm not going to TIA, or CompTIA. Sorry, I had a brain crap there. All right, I'm not going that route. All right, I'm sticking with Cisco Technologies. Okay, all right, this is what I want to do. All right, so now let's look underneath here. The Juniper program, blah blah blah. The Cisco program covers the same content as the general program, but has an additional focus on Cisco technologies and offers a CCNA, cybersecurity, and DevNet associated certifications to affirm your competency in the technology. Okay, so that's what I would do. But this program isn't for me because I could care less, okay, about DevNet, okay, and the cybersecurity aspect. I'm focusing on the actual operations and implementations of firewalls. Okay, not literally cybersecurity as a whole. Okay, but again, that might change. I might find out that cybersecurity is needed in order for me to actually learn the next generation firewalls to the level that I want to learn it, and then I will cross that bridge when it comes. Okay, but at this point, it's not part of my criteria. But your criteria, as you're going down your path, is flexible, always 100%, and will be a moving scale. As you learn more things, you become more knowledgeable and will add and remove things from your list of criterias. Okay, so now. Okay. Oh, 61% of graduates finish within 36 months. Okay. That's 3 years. All right. Let you move more quickly through material you already know and advance as soon as you are ready. That right there actually even draws me even more, okay, to be on that level. Okay. Might be something that I might even add to my curriculum as far as going with the CCIE security. Okay. But I will have to take a look at the curriculum more in depth. Tuitions per 6-month term. So every 6 months you're going to be spending $4,000. Okay. So my price for a CCNA for a 4-month course would be $3,500. Okay? All right? So that price is more than reasonable. Okay, now that's if I was teaching instructor led live classes. Okay, I don't do that. All right. Okay, I don't do that for many reasons because I have a career, I have a life, and I have um, you know, my plate is full always. Okay, and my career is my priority, so I can't have a growing business while my priority is my career. Does that make sense? I'm career oriented. Okay, where before I came back to IT after leaving IT and for 10 years, I was business oriented. Right? So my life priorities have shifted as I was getting up in age. Okay, does that make sense? So now, a student earns 11 certifications in the general program. So let's go through, and you can see here we got Linux, we got Cisco, CompTIA. Okay, so about $24,000 for a degree, guys. That's nothing. Then you go to like an ITT school or computer learning center, yo. That's that's like half a semester. Okay, let me clarify that. Not half a semester, half a year. Okay, all right. Which which was what, like a couple semesters. All right. All right, so $24,000 for an entire degree. It's, guys, that's affordable. Okay, all right. Okay, and as you can see, if we go even 4 years, $32,000, guys, you have no idea the value of this. Okay, so why are we doing this video? The option is there. Okay, so whatever debate is about degrees and certifications, get it out of your head. Okay, it's whatever path you want to do. What is my path? My path is all certifications. Okay. All right, that's my choice. But after looking at this program, okay, I am literally going to actually request information because I want to know more about this. Okay, all right. Maybe this is what I need to do to start. Okay, my career or my CCIE training, and kind of doing like a package deal. All right, but I don't want 11 certifications. Okay, because all these I don't have. Now, this one I'm going for right now. I'm taking the test next week. Okay, but that's it. All right. I already have this. Okay. I have no interest in this, and I have no interest in this, except from a firewall perspective. But I don't know, because I haven't gone through the curriculum or the technology or the studying. I don't know what involves cybersecurity from a Cisco perspective. I don't know what their curriculum is. Okay. All right, and I'm probably going to go and take a look at the certifications after this video and go from there. So now, I just wanted to continue that and get that thought off my chest. Be strong, be determined, be Cisco.